hello. Oh, it's really loud. I'll start off with the last 5 poems that I wrote, which is Scott mentioned a long sequence I've been writing called The Commons, which is a subtitle. God, what is the subtitle? The subtitle is a narrative with a class struggle, and this is the beginning of part 3, which I guess is the Paradiso. I'm afraid all of my reading tonight is going to be very London-centric. That's because I very, very, very rarely leave London out of fear. I wish London would, like, you know, but then again, I'm one of its noises, or rather its noose. Nah, just kidding, yeah? One of the pavements is all spiral chatter. I'm eating the voices, the interval cracks, the crossroads, yeah, real devil business, and the cops are there, we crucified them. And the moon. Remember that? There are people on it and they have married us. Weird, those consummations, those noises that waken us, roaring and absurdly whistling, and it frightens us. There's so many of them, curled around us, inaudible, the ages, history, entire galaxies, they are eating us, citizens of raided spheres. The sky, red as a burning flag, a supreme vodka, treacherous stars. Who here can speak the language of the dead? What they meant to say, I want to be your dog. The radio is leaking. They know they're dead. Yeah, and they're not scared, chewing up the language. As I was out walking obscurely through their brains, those thin metal spheres, subterranean rooms, when I was a country girl going down to the drugstore. Meanwhile, there are voices, glazed ones, rectangular ones, are trickling down our thighs into swarms of cancelled centuries, anxious ones, fuses. Each one lives a double life, paupers, vagabonds, criminals, fuses, fuses, fuses. Yeah, well, not to worry. They have no legs to walk on. They have no mouth to speak with. It's 11:58 in London. Contact us immediately. Payments will be delayed. Or from another angle, thought this was paradise. Bone of my speechless bone, or rather, London pavements, clasped and wrapped, contained your era, my stilettos, or revolving spheres, whatever, it's 11:58, whatever that means. Tame jackals, springing fools, from a different perspective, we are your dead coins, your glazed leather beds. How old are you, my noises, noises, noises? It's probably going to be about another 50 or so. You have to excuse me, I accidentally drank loads of alcohol.
You do it deliberately.
Huh?
You should do it deliberately.
Deliberately, right, now I'll read us some bits from this book called Document, which has just been published by Bart Press. Hello. And this is a book of poems and manifestos. It's kind of like a narrative. It starts with the suicide bombers in London, and it ends with the resignation of Tony Blair. And it only really talks about those very obliquely. Somebody was ripping on about how nobody writes any manifestos, so I thought I'd write a really, really long one. So this is a couple of bits from that. Every footstep and starting car is part of a black diagram, a script of scribbles and annotations. The key signatures can be located, altered, tightened, but nothing can be scraped away, and the black ink covers every place. Example, the cracked pavestone on Brady Street, E1, that spells out precisely the Holborn street map, value gaps inside sleep, the burst city calculations that Henrik Brandt made, boiling piss. It's dawn, so shaking sparks ignite, the spent fuel return to brown ponds, his vessels will enter, his gland will stay till the half-life flowers and fades. Footnote, Henrik Brandt was the guy who discovered white phosphorus by boiling his own piss in the attempt to find gold. Negative Poetics Manifesto number 1. There is no inside, there is no outside, 1 centimetre square of silk stocking. It is not I. We are all tired and charming, but never use those words. The city conceived as a skull should be obvious by now, that and just plain wrong. But here it isn't jammed. Each speech word to be repeated identical. Beneath each syllable a rack of jelly teeth, truffles, stitched PVC panties. All the gates right now are sealed, are tired and charming. Each coin rolls from hand to hand with its own individual tune, whistle whistled almost imperceptibly. No tune can be exchanged, and when played simultaneously, there's always some fuck wants to take it seriously. Pivot zero. Run personality backwards. All name is pivot. A short circuit between the world and the image of the world. You lean forward as if you were biting the air, then coat yourself in honey. Punctuation. Expensive trainers. Sunglasses. The key signatures can be located, altered, sucked, tightened, but nothing can be scraped away. If each time any of us had a coin in our hands, we had to write our name upon it, then when exchanging that coin for another, we had to adopt that other name. Well, what then? Suspender belts. There is no outside. Bruce Willis is a cunt. If we wrote cryptic instructions on the coins that pass from hand to hand, all other information will be surplus. Spinal glass. All names to be played in reverse as hot incitement. The smell of green ink. Hermetic glow with a crack running through the minds of conservative students. Belly rub. Cock lick. Underwear. Boots. Everything connected by lips and feet. Coat yourself in butter, then lick it off. There is no inside. It is not I, in a small dress, singing imperceptibly in someone's pocket. You can only read the score from within the rush of rain, and similarly, the voice in the poem is not your friend. Flowers are hostile. When cracked dawn folds, the Valerian line's vorticular stammer is sharp and unsuitable for making coins. Panic, Grant. Your cash is soft and snipe. No, don't move. Negative Poetics Manifesto number 2. We are now at dot point. Can only lick our way out. US recuperation of avant-garde positions made us point and laugh, but in the hotel lobby we were bored and reduced to riot reenactment, or as pleasure, being eaten. Snobbery is constant, reliable and loud. Megaphone, garter system. 90% is invisible, like you thought you were exempt, as if you didn't exist as radio bands and sealed history, astral and biochemical, pent up. But I take it you prefer servitude. That's okay, but give me shirt shredders and hip wrigglers. Music is ambition. 90% enforcement, inhabit, personality, motorfuck, out time. If I lick you in a particular spot, bodily or geographically, you will make a specific noise. That's how I wrote all my books. Bands of incongruous tongues as echo chamber, furnace implants, the end of music. That's not an interpretation they're going to like much in America. The interpreter is interrupter, mitochondria, the 9th letter of the alphabet. Ideas that don't become power in liquid form will multiply as land value and finish as cash asbestos in the mouths of freezing moths. Understood as academic recuperators of the avant-garde. Yeah, hello.